The war doesn't begin with gunshots. It begins in whispers, betrayals, and fractured alliances. By the time Miguel and Tommy face off, both have been pushed to the edge. Tommy is isolated, operating as a lone wolf after being betrayed by CBI. Miguel has grown his power, his ambition, and his network. The final battle is as much psychological as it is physical. Every move must count. Every miscalculation costs lives. In the build-up, Miguel uses his family ties, resources, and ruthlessness to corner Tommy. He abducts Maria, attacking Tommy's emotional center. This is teased in trailers and interviews, that Tommy's struggle in Season 3 revolves around getting Maria back for Miguel. Miguel's takeover of territories, pushing people to choose sides, cutting off supply routes, and leveraging law enforcement pressure all serve to strangle what remains of Tommy's base. Meanwhile, Tommy scrambles allies, consolidates what's left, and detaches himself from unreliable partnerships. Tommy is not a man who accepts being cornered. He uses the intel he still controls, his knowledge of Chicago, and his instincts to force Miguel's hand. First, he stages smaller raids, minor clashes, and public shows of force to test Miguel's resolve and to drain resources. Tommy might hit Miguel's supply convoys, cut off his drug lines, sabotage shipments, gestures small enough to harass, but large enough to send a message. Miguel must respond. If he doesn't, his grip loosens. If he overreacts, he reveals vulnerabilities. Then Tomas sets the trap. He lures Miguel into thinking he has a weakness, perhaps a betrayal in Miguel's inner circle, or a leak. Maybe he plants evidence that makes Miguel believe Tommy is vulnerable in a district or a neighborhood. Miguel sends reinforcements. Meanwhile, Tommy has already moved, repositioned his real assets, and set up crossfire zones. The fight begins on Miguel's terms, or so Miguel thinks, but Tommy flips it. The battleground is urban, familiar. Abandoned industrial blocks, rooftops, alleys, the grid of Chicago. Miguel's men are armed, numerous, confident. But they lack Tommy's ruthlessness, adaptability, and knowledge of backdoors. Tommy fights asymmetric, hit-and-run strikes, unexpected raids, ambushes, traps. He doesn't mass his forces. He fractures Miguel's forces, isolates them. He picks battles, avoids head-on frontal assaults unless he's certain of advantage. One key move, Tommy uses Maria not as a hostage alone, but as bargaining leverage. He stages a moment where Miguel believes Maria is dead or in imminent peril unless Miguel agrees to a meeting. But that meeting is a setup. Miguel arrives with guards. Tommy has snipers, backups, crossfire positions. In that moment, every man Miguel trusts is exposed. Tommy's earlier intel, betrayal, disloyalty, unravels Miguel's confidence. Some of Miguel's lieutenants might hesitate, turn, or be bribed at the last second. Miguel realizes too late that his foundation is shaking. Another turning point is emotional warfare. Tommy taunts Miguel about family, betrayal, blood ties. He reminds Miguel that he's not invincible. He pushes him to make mistakes, splitting forces, chasing rumors, responding to threats. Tommy's psychological pressure forces Miguel to overextend. A major tactical error. Miguel sends a significant force to one sector, thinking Tommy is cornered there, while Tommy's real attack is elsewhere. In the chaos, the two finally confront each other directly. It doesn't have to be in a 10-on-10 gunfight. It can be in a tight space, an alley, a rooftop, a warehouse, where Miguel's numbers mean less and Tommy's skill and drive matter more. They trade blow for blow. Miguel is brutal, ruthless, but Tommy is smarter. Tommy leverages surroundings, turning lights off, using darkness, collapsing structures, using debris as cover, luring Miguel into traps. Miguel, confident he has the upper hand, underestimates Tommy's will. At a crucial moment, just when Miguel seems about to overpower him, Tommy's inside moves pay off. A lieutenant of Miguel, who's been in Tommy's pocket or shaken by doubt, turns or distracts Miguel. Another segment of Miguel's force is cut off. Tommy ends up confronting Miguel in hand-to-hand or close quarters. He disarms him, delivers a decisive strike. Maybe not a kill blow immediately. Maybe Miguel is wounded, incapacitated, or forced to watch Tommy take control. In the aftermath, Tommy doesn't just win territory, he claims dominance. He rescues Maria. He takes Miguel's assets, his network, and dismantles the remaining resistance with precision. He takes over Miguel's supply chains, dissuades remaining loyalists from fighting on, and makes an example. Those who opposed him or betrayed him will fall. Miguel's name becomes a footnote in Tommy's rise. But the victory comes at cost. Lives lost, allies gone, wounds suffered. Tommy stands changing, hardened further. He is no longer just the outsider. He is king in Chicago, but a king tempered by betrayal, by fight, by necessity. Through this final battle, the show underscores themes: betrayal, power, loyalty, and inevitability. Miguel challenged Tommy's rule, but really he tested how deep Tommy's foundation is. Because when all alliances failed, Tommy's survival depended on only himself. This battle is Tommy's proof that he is unbreakable. If you use this in your video, you can break it down in acts: the build-up, baiting and misdirection, the trap, the emotional confrontation, the fall of Miguel, the build of Tommy's legacy. You can use scenes from earlier seasons, Miguel's rise, Maria's abduction, Tommy's losses, to foreshadow. You can use audio cues, heartbeat, silence, footsteps, to heighten when the fight turns. For more videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.